So, aloha kako. My name is Keikoa Inamoto, and today is August 6, 2019, and with the OHA offices in Wailuku. And we are going to be talking about the Department of Hawaiian Homeland's land use application process. And I want to introduce the people that I'm here with. And why don't you introduce yourself?
Sean Allison, right Kanai, also assisting auntie on the upena, Mokupuni, and the Maui Hawaii Ranchers Association in Kula.
Aloha, I'm Thelma Shimaoka. I'm with the Office of Hawaiian Affairs, Community Resource Coordinator.
And we're here courtesy of Auntie.
Upena.
Norman is the president of upena Community Development Corporation, and I'm the chairwoman of the board. And so upena applied 2.5 years ago for 5,000 acres in Kula, and the Hawaiian Homes Commission is going to be voting on it in a few days here at Lahaina. And so we want to teach our beneficiaries how to apply for lands. So the first thing you do is you review all available homelands on whatever respective island you are on. And the way you do that is you go online and you do a search for, in the case of today, I was helping Sean Allison with an application, and we went online and we looked up Maui Island Plan. But if you're, so the words we put in were DHHL Maui Island Plan. So whatever island you're on, you would say DHHL Oahu Island Plan or DHHL Hawaii Island Plan. And you look up your island plan and you look up the lands that are available. And in our case, we looked up Honokowai and Leali'i, which is in Lahaina. And Sean Allison decided that she wanted to do, we have it online here, we were looking at that page. She decided that she wanted to go for 480.1 acres in Lahaina. These are homelands that are available. Every island has homelands that are identified in those island plans that are available for use by our beneficiaries. In this case, these are Honokowai lands. The total is 850 acres in Lahaina that are available, but Sean Allison decided that she only wanted to go for 480 of those 850 acres. Okay, so and it has on this page the TMK or the tax map key. And so on the application, it says land requested, acreage. So Sean Allison wants 480.1 acres, and it says island Maui and tax map key. And so we're going to put the tax map keys in there, because that's the first thing you do. You look at the lands that are available on your respective islands, you look up the tax map key, and you fill that in on the application. The next thing is you got to get the application form. So the way you do that is you go online and you do a search for DHHL non-homesteading land use form, and it's a 2015 form, and then you can just print it out, and we're doing that right here. We're filling it out. This is the front and this is the back. Okay, what it says is fill out the name of your organization, or if you're an individual, and then the officers and representatives of your organization, the mission of your organization, the date you were incorporated, your non-homesteading land use request, what your request is for, and then the most important thing that the Department of Hawaiian Homelands wants to know on this form is describe how the proposed land use request will have direct or significant indirect benefit to the trust and or its beneficiaries, applicants and lessees. So in Sean Allison's case, she is saying that well, we decided that she would say, she's benefiting the trust by using lands under Section 207 for community use, educating people, our Native Hawaiians, to be farmers, and also mercantile use. So she's going to have a farmer's market on this land. And then she's going to be benefiting the beneficiaries because she's going to be training them in agriculture, in sod, how to plant it and sell it and install it, and landscaping and other things. She's going to be training them in many other things. So those are the ways that that Sean Allison is going to be benefiting the trust and its beneficiaries. And okay, so that's the second step. The third step is to develop a business plan and estimate a budget. Now that step won't come until you're a little bit down the line, because what usually happens under this land use application process is you have to go through a due diligence period. It's 1 to 5 years of so-called due diligence, and during that time you have to develop your business plan and develop your budget. So that's kind of the third step. And the fourth step is you have to advocate at the Hawaiian Homes Commission. And normally when I advocate, I Xerox 11 copies of my, and as far as I know, I'm the only person who does that I've seen do it. But I like to type my advocacy out. Usually it's only 1 page, single space, and I'm telling the commission this is who I am, where I come from, what I want to see happen. I want to see, in Sean Allison's case, she wants 480 acres in Lahaina, and why? Because she's going to be doing these various things. And then I type it out, do 11 copies, and give it to the commission secretary, and she passes them out to the 9 members of the commission. She keeps a copy as the commission secretary for her records, and then I have a copy to read. And the commission meets on every island, but mostly on Oahu. So in many cases, we fly to Oahu to advocate. In this case, we're going to have to advocate for these 480 acres. Let's see, what else do I need to tell you? Anything else? Do you have any questions?
Nope.
Norman, am I leaving anything out?
Yeah. You're doing good.
Do you have any questions, Norman?
You know, this 800 acres. So what, they're gonna divide 400 or what?
It's already, the TMK is already designated for the 850. So there's, I believe, six different TMK that equal up to 850 acres. And then one of the largest parcels is the 400 acres.
So she's taking actually 2 parcels.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, one is 476 acres, and then the other one's a little over 3 acres.
Is it all close to the road?
It's
Yes.
all on Honoapi'ilani Highway.
Good.
So it's easier access, one, visibility, and then access to bus stops in case some of our beneficiaries, they don't have transportation. So it makes it accessible for us to have them just walk up the street, accessible for them especially. And then 2, visibility. Transparency is very important so that they can see that we're moving forward. And I like the idea that people see us as beneficiaries moving forward instead of being stuck in a place. If you put us way in the back, you probably think that we're not gonna do it, but no.
Yeah.
So I think the transparency, being close to the road, is good.
Yeah.
One, the access for people who don't have transportation, that can find transportation via the bus or Uber or what maybe. And then eventually, if we're inwards, we can always supply a golf cart. They can call, we can come down, pick them up, especially with moms with young kids. And that's where I'm looking forward to working, because I understand working with younger children, and foster kids is where I'm headed towards this. So I'm getting ready to be general licensed. Today is when I meet with them and I get general license for foster Native Hawaiians.
Awesome.
It's very important for me to see that we can incorporate some of the old ways of living into our children nowadays.
Right. Ohana
Yeah.
community,
Take the cell phone
Hanai,
out,
the
yeah.
children, yes.
We're taking the cell phone out of their hands
Yeah.
and putting a pick shovel
Yeah.
room so that they understand that if we don't turn the land, they cannot exist.
Right.
So it was taught to me, but unfortunately I don't have land to teach my children. Now they're bigger, but I can get to the foster kids. So that's where I'm going with all of this. Hopefully one day to take 60% of our Native Hawaiians that are being sex trafficked, being put on the streets.
Yeah.
I'm hopefully can kill 3 birds with 1 stone. It starts with 400 acres, or maybe it starts with even a plan B with 3.6 acres. But it's a start for me. So that's where I'm looking to go with this, because it's needed. I mean, everybody's eyes are open to the foster system, the system, the overcrowding of the prisons, because we do not incorporate what has been taught to us when we were young. And that's generations of, I came out from being ruled with an iron hand, and I didn't come out too bad. But the handful of times of discipline, I remembered why they were, why they were enforced. But at the same time, it came with love. They never just disciplined for just discipline. It's a way of teaching with discipline, but also it came with love. So I'm hoping to incorporate that with being an entrepreneur, with elevating. It's not only elevating myself, but elevating my community, my brothers and sisters.
Awesome.
So that's so important. What land will do, that simple thing, it either tears us apart as family when somebody dies, or it brings us together and makes us solid like stone. Something that nobody can break. And I'm hoping to get to this point, that they can't break us.
So has anybody applied for this land so far, or what?
Well, Rod Pa'ahana, on behalf of the Leali'i Homestead Association, applied for 100 acres of the land.
Same area.
In the same area, a different TMK.
Oh,
So, yes. So he has applied for it under his nonprofit, his community association. So I asked Sean Allison if she wanted to apply as an individual, but she elected to apply under our nonprofit, to be umbrellaed under us, which was her decision. But people can apply as individuals or as for-profits or nonprofits. And so I just want to recap the steps that need to be done. And I want to thank you for explaining the wonderful benefits that you envision by utilizing our lands that have been sitting there for years fallow. Nobody's been on those lands, that 850 acres, and we would like to see it being utilized by our beneficiaries. Okay, so number 1, you're going to go online for DHHL island plans, whatever island you are on, and then look at the respective lands that are available and how large they are and their TMKs, because all that information needs to go on this application form. Next, you're going to get the application form by doing a search for DHHL non-homesteading land use form, and then print out the form and then start filling it out. And then you eventually will be developing a business plan and a budget. And in the meanwhile, you have to advocate before the Hawaiian Homes Commission on your respective island. And the more often you advocate, the better it is. If you're going to only advocate once a year, it might not happen too quickly. So you have to, want to speed things up. And so if you have any questions, you can call Norman or myself. And we're going to list our phone number, our contact information at the end of this presentation. Okay, so the question came up, how long does this process take? So upena, in its initial effort at this process, took 2.5 years from the time that we submitted the application till the time that it's going to go up before the Hawaiian Homes Commission. But I anticipate that it's going to go faster as the department becomes ma'a with this process, familiar with this, with beneficiaries trying to get access to our lands. And they're right now on Maui, they are piloting a program, and under this pilot, the department has to get back to an applicant within 4 to 6 weeks of the application. They have to give you a response. In our case, we waited almost 2 years before they responded, but they're trying to get their ducks in a row and be more oriented to beneficiary requests. Thank you.
Because Antikeko already started the process, what it does is it just elevates you too. Upena will be elevated even at you know what I mean? There more eyes will come and look and to educate for that. So I think by doing this, that I think we will be able to set up an educational class that comes down here. We can help our beneficiaries more under Upena. That way we can also lobby from OHA for educational monies. We can do a bunch of different stuff. So by falling under Upena also comes strength for me, because now they know, okay, well, she's part of them guys. They're part of, you know what I mean? The push is even more. So why not, if we don't collaborate together, it's just the same like Mauna Kea. So as soon as they went like this to our kupuna and moved them, what went happen? Everybody came out of the woodwork. Because why? We're taught to look to our kupuna for knowledge and strength. By you doing this, the state doing this, what happened? You just went open a door, you went open a floodgate. That's what it did. It opened up every floodgate, no matter if they was on the street or what they was doing. Their focus now all became Mauna Kea. Why? Because you did this. And we, growing up, we don't do that.
No,
you know what I mean?
Respect.
Right. So if they tell you, climb the mango tree, so you don't go climb the mango tree. You call down to someone's house before you go up the driveway or you go down the driveway.
Yeah.
Hui, auntie, you mind if I pick up 2 guavas? No, I don't like you pick up 2 guavas because guess what? I need the guava for my job. That's what we're telling you with Mauna Kea. We're telling you, you already get existing telescopes. You don't need no more up there.
And
So-
actually, this land use process is the same as the Mauna Kea movement.
Yeah.
It's about repatriating our homelands, our lands, our aina.
Yeah.
So, do you have help for this or what?
I already do, monks. I already do this.
Oh,
I already want foster parent.
oh.
I only take in, and I
No,
hate to,
no.
Oh,
Help as, people helping you.
yeah.
Oh yeah, get it.
I already have my business license. I've been doing them for 3 years. This July made 3 years for me. So I already incorporate. I reach out to the like I right now. Yesterday I hired another brother who just came out of prison, and he's family to Auntie Papa of the So that's her nephew. So he couldn't find he don't can find job. He don't can get even. I would put him to work as a security guard, but he on felony, and I think not far enough that. So because it's not far enough, like more than 5 years ago, I cannot put him to work over there. So I put him to work cutting grass for me or.
Yeah, so 400 acres, that's a lot of work. So,
I get 200 acres that I manage now.
She's managing 224 acres for 3D investments right now. So she does
Same place.
So
Yeah.
no,
Ukumehame.
in Ukumehame. So she.
oh.
So Sean Allison is in the business of landscaping and cooperative farm management. Yeah. So This
I have
just
200 chickens. I sell the eggs. I
Oh,
do.
you don't want to get
Yeah,
the chicken farm.
I get the chickens, and then I started with the sod farm with 1 acre. Now I have 4 acres of sod. I do the breadfruit now because I went to Antioquia, the tea. So we now have. I want 2,000 trees, but I started with 20. Now I have 200.
That was our puvalo that we held last year, and they said the la'aulapa'au benefits of the ulu leaf tea.
Yeah. Oh,
And so now she's
from-
planting the ulu leaf, and
No, that's from Auntie.
Oh.
I just
yeah,
took
we
the.
had the puvalo last November,
Right.
yeah.
So I just take the plant, the babies from Lahaina that I found everywhere. That's ancient trees that nobody
Yeah.
malama. I just pull them and I just take care of because that's better than them cutting them down.
Oh, yeah.
But she get history, so then I take the plants and I educate other people on how
Which
to do.
is so wonderful because Lahaina was known for its ulu trees in ancient times,
Yeah.
so this is wonderful. Yeah.
So whose land is that then? That kind of 200 acres?
200 acres, 3D investments. I manage them for them. And
Oh.
I just sold 2 lots to Auntie Son. I went to Department of Foreign Homes and I went to OHA. I asked them to buy these 200 acres because by managing the 200 acres, you also have water. Their water is private water.
And who's...
Oh, you want to buy that land?
No,
Well,
it was for
maybe
sale.
upena can buy the land.
No, because it is for sale. Right now
okay.
it's for sale.
Okay, well, let's
the
investigate
kind of
that.
200 acres?
Yeah.
Okay, I think
24
that's good. Yeah, I think that's good.